Good afternoon and welcome to the CUC softball field for this afternoon's Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup between your Concordia University Chicago Cougars and the visiting Sabres of Marian University. Peter Borkowski here on the Cougar Sports Network bringing you this very important game in terms of playoff implications. CUC coming into the day 17-17-1 on the season, 8-7-1 in 9-9-1 in conference play, They are currently sitting in the 6th seed, the last playoff seed in the conference. Meanwhile, Marian one slot above them at 11-9 in conference play. CUC does have one game in hand against Marian. So we'll see what this day brings as these two teams get set to play two. CUC has a chance to tie Marian in terms of wins if the doubleheader sweep is completed. But it all starts here with game one. Cougars will start on defense as the home team, and in the mound it is the sophomore pitcher making her 29th appearance on the year, Ashley Schroll, a 4.28 ERA, a 9-7 record, 111 1/3 of an innings pitched. Schroll has been the predominant pitcher for CUC this year, as next up in the innings pitch category is Jaden Harris with only 44 2/3, less than half of what Schroll is at. So head coach of the Cougars, Sarah O'Malley Fisher, goes to her most used pitcher on the year in an important game against a Marian team who is 6-4 in their last 10 games. However, they are on the one-game losing streak, dropping the second game of a doubleheader to St. Norbert College yesterday. They split that doubleheader, winning game one 8-1, and then losing game two 3-2. So they'll be up to bat first, and it'll start with the leadoff hitter, the center fielder, number 10, Hope Mata. Mata, the average leader on the Sabres team, hitting .419 in 32 games played. That is every single game for the Sabres. She started all of those games as well. 49 hits across 117 at-bats. And the first pitch from Schroll is in there for strike one. We're off and running here in River Forest. A beautiful day outside, sun shining. Temperature at a warm 75 degrees. As Mata faces the 0-1, she'll take that one 1-1 now using the slap hit strategy. Try and get a base runner on against a Cougars rotation who is 12th in the conference in ERA with 5.71. As the next pitch from Schroll is popped up, shallow left, and coming in to make the grab is Gina Westfall for out number one. So Mata flies out, and that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Kaylee Ludvigsen. At second today, Ludvigsen batting .264 in 31 games played so far this year. As the first pitch from Schroll is in there for strike one. Oh, and 1 count on the second hitter of the day, and that one's in there for a strike. 0-2 the count now. Ludvigsen will have to go into protect mode here. Not looking to be the first strikeout of the day. As Schroll gets set, the 0-2 outside, away, 1-2 the count now. Schroll checks the band, gets the signs from her catcher, Jess Gang, as this one's fouled into Division Street. Last time Schroll faced this Marian team was last year on April 27th. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs allowed. no decision in that match, as the 1-2 is in high and inside. It actually hit Ludvigsen. As Coach O'Malley Fisher now comes to chat with the home plate umpire, trying to argue that that ball hit Gang's glove rather than the batter Ludvigsen. Either way, Ludvigsen on first in the runner's start position, ready to take off for second as soon as Caitlin Matenaer gets something in the air, as this pitch is in there for strike one. Ludvigsen thought about taking off and said she pulls back. Schroll gets set. The 0-1 hit weakly, scooped up by Peroni, and she bobbles it. So Matenaer will reach first base. Check with the official scores, but that one likely scored an error on Peroni. And it is an error. Gang snags the pitch, throws down the line, not in time. So Matenaer does reach on the air. Ludvigsen to second, and that brings up Karina Wood with the 0-1 count now. As Schroll delivers, this one hits solidly into right field, going back, and it's against the wall. And that's going to hold the base runners, and now Wood's stuck. No one's covering first, though. The base runners got jammed up a little, so no one able to reach home. It'll be just a single for Karina Wood. And now bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the first for Andrea Miller, the third baseman, .338 hitter. Has knocked in 15 RBIs on the year and has a chance at a couple more here with the bags loaded. The pitch upstairs for ball 1. As the 1-0 finds its way home for strike one. 1-1 the count now. Ludvigsen on third, Matenaer on second. On first is Wood as Schroll misses with that pitch. 2-1 the count. Two and one count. This one fouled back. So after the foul off, the count evened out at 2-2 now. Schroll checks her band. Important pitch here. She goes for the strikeout. Misses with that one. Full count now. Schroll just one pitch away from walking in run at number 1 of the day with the bases loaded. As that pitch grounded right to Archuleta, she's going to fire home for the force out, and this one over the head of Haley Howard. So a run is going to come in and score. Marian, the lead runner, gets out on the throw from Archuleta to Gang, and then Gang overthrows the runner at first, who was scampering her way back to the bat. That was Miller making her way to first. That overthrow leads to the first run of the day for Marian. Make the score 1-0 now. That brings up Emily Deepa. She fouls off the first pitch for strike one. And now the 0-1 from Schroll. Upstairs to throw to second. Not in time. That was going to be a plate to plate. Never mind as Wood heads back to third. Stolen base there, Andrea Miller. So now 1-1 count on the pitcher, Deepa. A grounder hit to Peroni. Peroni gets it to first in time for out number 3. And the Cougars come out of the inning mostly unharmed. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Marian's able to get 1 out of it on a throwing error. We're going to head to the bottom of the first now. Sabres 1, Cougars nothing here on the Cougar Sports Network. Bottom of the first. Cougars up to bat for the first time today, trailing the Sabres 1-0 after the Sabres get a run home on the Jessica Gang throwing error to first. And leading off for the Cougars is the senior shortstop, Becky Peroni, leading this team in a multitude of stats, including batting average, slugging percentage. Are tied for second in RBIs, tied for first in home runs. So the former All-American having another fantastic season, as this one is way outside for ball 1, and her opponent on the mound to start, Emily Deepa, a 4.08 ERA, 7-9 record. This is her 25th appearance on the year, 17th start. As the outing gets off to a rough go with the ball 1, and now Peroni makes contact with the second pitch. This one's going foul. It's going to land on division. 1-1 the count now on Peroni. Deepa gets set. The 1-1 outside, 2-1 the count now. As Deepa delivers the 2-1, makes it 3-1 batters count in favor of Peroni. Deepa, a right-handed senior out of Mount Prospect, Illinois. As this pitch is fouled back to 3-2 now. The next pitch from Deepa. This one fouled off again. Peroni stays alive for at least another pitch. Last time Deepa faced off against Concordia Chicago was April 27th last year. Played in both games of that doubleheader. Went the distance in game 1. 5 hit, 2 runs allowed. 1 was earned, picked up the win. And then picked up the save in game 2, 1 2/3 of an innings pitched. As this is upstairs for ball 4, Peroni takes her base. So Deepa, a win and a save against the Cougars last year, and she starts off her start this year with a walk to Becky Peroni, and that'll bring now the freshman center fielder. Batting 187 on the year in 33 games played. All of those have been starts, except for one, as this pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Goldsby will be followed up by Bella Archuleta. So Archuleta, the last batter, guaranteed to hit this inning. Behind her in the hole is Haley Howard. Part of this fearsome top of the Cougars lineup is how Goldsby lays down a bunt, and it goes foul, so she'll head back to home plate. Peroni will head all the way back to first. She was already at third. So Goldsby gets set. The 1-1 after the foul bunt, and she's going to foul this bunt off too. Takes the bunt out of the equation now with 2 strikes as she resets for the 1-2. Peroni at first base, receiving instruction from her head coach. Coach O'Malley Fisher, been here the entirety of Peroni's tenure. As the 1-2 upstairs, throw down the line to first, not in time. Peroni gets back on the bag safely. 2-2 count now on Goldsby. Now the 2-2, this one hit, and it is just foul by a couple of inches. As Goldsby putting up a good fight here in the second at bat for the Cougars. She gets set now for the 2-2 again. Even count here from Deepa. She gets set. The pitch outside. 3-2 now. Full count on Goldsby's second full count. Deepa has found herself in so far through 2 batters. The top of this Cougars lineup making the senior work for these outs as she gets set now. The 3-2 popped up, going foul, and it's going to land on Division Street. So 3-2 remains the count as Goldsby's putting up a great fight here. Freshman versus the senior pitcher. As Goldsby set the pitch, popped up. This one going foul right behind. That one hit the broadcasting booth. Couple fresh dents on the top of the booth right behind the home plate. So count still at 3-2. As the next pitch, that one's down low. Ball 4. What an at bat from Haley Goldsby. Stays alive long enough to draw the walk. So the top 2 hitters get on. Peroni now at second, and that leads us to Bella Archuleta, the junior third baseman, former NAC South Freshman of the Year, hitting .365 in 35 games played, 31 RBIs. That number leads the team. 3 home runs on the year as well. Hit one just the other day against Benedictine. Is now she's got a runner in scoring position with Peroni. hit a two-run homer against Benedictine just 2 days ago on Wednesday, and she's been having herself a nice streak here. Before that Benedictine game, she was on a 5-game multi-hit streak. Now she only got one, but that one was a homer, so against the Eagles. So I think she'll be okay with that being her single hit for the day. Now she's got 2 runners on, 1 ball after the first pitch missed. Deepa gets set. The 1-0 is hit to the second baseman, scooped up, thrown to Martinaire, and the throw to first not in time. So Archuleta hits into a fielder's choice. Goldsby is cut down at second, but Peroni makes her way to third. Ludvigsen fielded the ground ball, got it over Martinaire for the first out, and then Martinaire's throw to Wood, not in time for the double play. So now with 1 out, Haley Howard up to bat. Becky Peroni at third as Howard takes a hack at the first pitch and it goes foul. Howard, one of the senior leaders on this team, .393 batting average in 35 games played, 34 starts, 42 hits on 107 at-bats. She's knocked in 24 ribbies on the year, and she's got a prime opportunity for another one as she instead looks at ball 1 there. Marissa Santos on deck, Jessica Gang in the hole. Cougars trying to erase this 1-run deficit here in the first inning as the next pitch is fouled off. 1-2 the count. Howard 0 for 2 in Wednesday's game against Benedictine. Went 1 for 7 2 days before that. 1 day before that at Rockford in that doubleheader. So Howard in a little bit of a slump here as the throw to third is not in time. 2-2 the count now. And a swing and a miss there. Haley Howard, the first victim of a strikeout today as Arissa Santos comes to the plate now. Runners still on the corners, 2 outs now. So Santos has to reach safely if she has any hopes of driving Peroni in. Tie up this game at 1 run. Deepa gets set, the first pitch in there for strike 1. Jessica Gang on deck. Reliant on Santos reaching safely to bat, though. As it's a current 0-1 count. Deepa delivers. This is chopped foul. 0-2 now. Deepa checks her glove after getting the signs from her catcher, and this one is hit into left field. A single from Arissa Santos scores Becky Peroni, and we're tied up at 1 here in River Forest. Arissa Santos, the freshman, having a very nice year at the plate, gets RBI number 23 on the season. As she ties up this game here. 1 run apiece for each team, and that brings up Jessica Gang now to the plate. Gang and 329 as she pops this one up. It's deep into left, but getting under it is spaced for out number 3. That's not before the Cougars are able to get 1 across the plate, tie up the game here at 1. We're going to head to the top of the second. Cougars 1, Sabres 1. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. Ariana Schleep at the plate now. The catcher for Aurora is her team no longer on top of Concordia. We're tied up 1-1 after the Arissa Santos RBI single in the bottom half of the first as she takes strike ball one, from Ashley Schleep, a .289 hitter in 28 games played so far this season. This Marian team ranks 7th in the conference in terms of batting average, the 295 mark as a team. They struck first here in River Forest, an unearned run as she takes a big swing at that one. Misses though, strike one now. Two one, swing and a miss, strike two. Back-to-back swings and misses generated by Ashley Schroll, and now she's got a chance at her first K of the day. As the 2-2 rolls in the dirt. So full count here. Schroll gets set. Big 3-2 pitch here to the leadoff hitter, top of the second. And that one fouled. Hit Schleep after the foul. And now the 3-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Schroll gets her first strikeout of the day, and with one out, that brings up the number 8 hitter, Julia Corona, Corona out and right to start today. A .213 hitter in 29 games played. She gets set for her first matchup of Schroll. This one just high, no good for a strike. The next pitch from Schroll in there for strike one. A nice framing there from Jess Gang, and the 1-1. And this hit solidly to Peroni. Takes a bounce off her glove. The throw is going to be nowhere near in time. So Corona reaches first. It will be listed as a single. Peroni avoids her second error of the day already. And with a runner on now, it is Morgan Mack, the designated player. As she takes a swing at the first pitch for strike one. Mack, only 19 games played so far this season. A .333 batting average in that small sample size as she takes a swing at that one for strike two. As the 0-2 count, the pitch from Schroll fouled off, so Max stays alive a little longer. Now the 0-2. No swing. As home plate umpire conferred with the ump at first. And now it's 1-2. As the 1-2 from Schroll is hit solidly into center field, and there is a no-doubter. Morgan Mack, a 2-run shot, and Marian retakes the lead 3-1 here in River Forest. So with Marian up by 2 now, it brings up Hope Mata to the plate. Mata flew out to left in her first at-bat. Now she's got 1 out, nobody on. Nice grab there by Archuleta. The throw to first just in time. So Mata grounds out, and now is Kaylee Ludvigsen got hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. Made it all the way around third, but was called out at home on a fielder's choice hit by Andrea Miller as she looks at ball 1. As the 1-2, a line drive snagged by Arissa Santos. And that'll do it for the top of the second. But Marian strikes back with a 2-run homer from Morgan Mack. We're going to head to the bottom of the second now. Marian up 3-1 on the Cougars. Cougars back up to bat, have some work to do as they now trail Marian 3-1 after the 2-run home run from Morgan Mack, and it starts with number 13, the designated player, Melissa Hadzik. Hadzik on the season, a 360 average as she looks at the first pitch for strike 1. The next pitch, that one's up in the attic for ball 1. Hadzik went 0 for 1 against Benedictine, but 2 for 4 against Rockford in game 2, 1 for 3 against the Regents in game 1 of that doubleheader on Tuesday, as Hadzik now looks at ball 2. So the 2-1 from Deepa as that one is fouled off. Deepa allowing the 1 run in the first. Okay, came off the RBI single from Arissa Santos. And now a strikeout there from Deepa, her second of the day. And so Hadzik goes down swinging, and with 1 out, it's Gina Westfall .289 hitter in 34 games played. Takes ball one there. Westfall has been found mostly in left field so far this year. As she gets set, the 1-0 from Deepa hit foul. So Deepa 1-1 versus the Cougars left fielder, Gina Westfall, as she gets the sign, checks the band, and now the pitch. A swing and a miss. Look like an off-speeder from Deepa. Got Westfall to go after, and now 1-2, looking for her third strikeout of the day. Deepa delivers, popped up. This one drifts foul. So the count remains 1-2. And that pitch misses. 2-2 now. Deepa getting the signs from her dugout as Westfall ropes a single on the left field. A one-out single from Gina Westfall. And now it's the 9-hitter, Nikita Robbins. Has the third highest average on the team with a .394 tick. 33 games played. 32 of those have been starts. 26 RBIs, a solo home run on the year. As she swings at the first pitch, pops it up into shallow left, coming all the way in to make the grab is Spaeth. And so with 2 outs, a runner on first, it is Becky Peroni, who walked in her first at-bat. Eventually would score a run off the Arissa Santos single. Now she gets her second crack at Deepa. Looks at strike one. That pitch is upstairs. 1-1 the count now. As the 1-1 is hit right to the third baseman, Miller. She can't handle it. The throw to first, not in time. Peroni reaches first safely, pushes Westfall to second. And with 2 runners on, it's now Haley Goldsby walked in her first at-bat. Now she'll get her second crack of the day against Deepa. The first pitch swung on, goes foul. Now the 0-1 in there for strike 2. So Goldsby trying to avoid the strikeout as Deepa looks for her third of the day. She won't get it just yet. That one high. 1-2 the count now. Now the 1-2 gets past Schleep. So the 2-2, and that one stays fair just at the very end of Goldsby's bat, and it's a ground out to Deepa. So the Cougars' time at the plate is over for now. They get two hits, 2 left on base. So we're gonna head to the 3rd inning now. Marian still up 3-1 on the Cougars. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. Caitlin Matinair to lead things off here in the top of the 3rd. Her Sabres up by a pair on the Cougars, 3-1. As she goes to work on Ashley Schrolt for the 2nd time today. Matinair reached on an error in the 1st inning, would eventually come home to score a run. As Marian is looking to score for the 3rd straight inning. Got 1 in the 1st and then 2 off the Mac home run in the 2nd, as that one's upstairs. 1-1 the count now. As the 1-1 is smacked into left center. That's going to be at least 1 as Matinair is going to try to turn it into the play at the second base. Out! Matinair tried to turn it into 2. Instead, she's thrown out. What a play from the Cougars outfield to Arissa Santos, who applied the tag, and a potential leadoff double instead turns to an out. So it will be a single, and then Matinair thrown out at second. Goldsby to Santos. And now Ashley Schroll goes to work on Karina Wood. Hit a single in her first at bat as she's now got a 2-0 count. As the 2-0 turns into a 3-0. Schroll to start firing some strikes here as Wood 1 pitch away from reaching base for the 2nd time today, and there it is, ball 4. So with a runner on 1 out is Andrea Miller, hit into a fielder's choice. 0-1 count on Miller. And now make that an 0-2 count. Miller needs to protect the plate a little here. Down 0-2 to Schroll. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Schroll. She is now at 74 on the year. By far and away the Cougars leader in that statistic. Jaden Harris is next up on the list with just 18. So Schroll gets strikeout number 74 and now faces off against Emily Deepa, the pitcher, who fouls that one off. Deepa grounded out to Becky Peroni in her first at-bat. Hoping for a little better luck here in her second plate appearance. As the 0-1 hit solidly into left field, going back and off the glove of Gina Westfall. The relay throw in makes it to Bella Archuleta. So Deepa's hit goes off the top of Westfall's glove. It will be an error to Westfall. And that pushes Wood to third. So 2 runners in scoring positions, 2 out on Ariana Schleep, who takes ball 1. Schleep struck out swinging in her first at-bat last inning. As the 1-0 in there for strike 1. So the 1-1 from Schroll. This one's popped up, and Peroni going back makes the tough grab. And that'll do it for the third. The Cougars defense hold the Sabres off the board. We're going to head to the bottom of the inning. Sabres 3, Cougars 1. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. We're here in the bottom of the third. Cougars trail the Sabres 3-1. And it'll be Bella Archuleta at the plate. As she takes a swing at the first pitch, bounces off Miller's glove. Montaner grabs it, throws it away. Archuleta's going to turn and head for second, and she'll reach safely. So it'll be a single for Bella Archuleta, and then she reaches second on the error from Montaner. And the first pitch misses to Howard, who struck out swinging her first at-bat. And now weak contact there. The ball scooped up by Deepa, who gets it to first in time, but that advances Archuleta to third. So with one out, a runner at third, it'll be Arissa Santos. She had a RBI single, her first at-bat to drive in the first run of the day for the Cougars, and she pops up the first pitch. Looks like it's going to stay in foul territory long enough for Miller to make the grab. And with 2 outs, it'll be up to Jessica Gang to try to bring the runner from third home. As Gang hits a line drive into left field for out number 3. So the Cougars strand Archuleta at third. We're going to head to the 4th inning now. The Cougars still trail the Sabres 3-1. Marian back up to bat here in the top of the 4th. And it starts with Julia Corona, who had a single and would score a run in the 2nd inning. She looks to go 2 for 2 against Troll today. She looks at that first pitch blow by for strike 1. As the 0-1 is hit solidly into left field, and that'll be Corona's 2nd single of the day. See if this one turns into a run, as well as Morgan Mack steps up to the plate. Has done the bulk of damage for Marian today with her 2-run shot in the 2nd inning. Scored herself and Corona. She'll have a chance to do it again here in the 4th. Meanwhile, Ashley Schroll looks to avoid the same result as her first battle with Mack. The pitch is hit square to Archuleta, gets it a second time to throw to first. In time! Double play! 5-4-3 double play for the Cougars. And there are now 2 outs on the board as we're to the top of the lineup with Hope Mata. A hard-hit ball fielded by Archuleta. Got it to Santos. Santos able to turn it in time for Howard to get out number 2. And that brings up Mata, who 0 for 2 so far today. A fly out and a ground out as she takes that first pitch. That one misses, so it'll be 1-1 the count now. Now the 1-1, that misses as well. 2-1 the count now. Two and one count as Schroll delivers. This one a little grounder. Archuleta scoops it up, throws the first in time for the out. So the Cougars defense showing out here in the top of the fourth. A double play and a ground out brings us to the bottom half of the inning. Cougars trail Sabres still 3-1. You're watching the Cougars Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth here in River Forest, and it's Melissa Hadzik set to bat after the halfway point of today's first game. These two teams will take on each other one more time before the afternoon is done in game two of the doubleheader, but game one still up in the air as Marian currently leads 3-1, and here's a grounder to Miller and throws it to first in time. A ground out from Melissa Hadzik on the first pitch. And now Gina Westfall has a single in her one at-bat today. As she takes a swing of that first pitch, it goes nowhere. Oh, and 1 count on the Cougars left fielder. This one popped up, and it's over the glove of Miller, and it hits the ground, so no out there. So a single for Gina Westfall, just a couple inches away from being caught, but instead she ends up at first, and now it's Nikita Robbins, flew out to left in her first at-bat. Hoping for a little better luck here in plate appearance number 2 with the runner on. She takes that first pitch for ball 1. That one fouled off as there's a little dust storm on the field. One and one the count. As Robbins takes a swing at it, grounder to Miller, throws the second in time. No play at first, though. Robbins reaches on a fielder's choice. Westfall cut down at second. And it'll be Becky Peroni up to bat. Peroni, a walk, scored a run in the first, and then hit a single in the second. as she now gets set. 2 outs. Robbins on first. That one in the dirt. So ball 1 on Peroni. Two and 0 after that pitch missed. Haley Goldsby on deck, who's 0 for 1 after a walk and a ground out. Is now the 2-0. Finds its way in there, 2 and 1. And here's a line drive into center field. It's off the wall. Mata misread it, came forward a little bit before she started back reeling. And so a 2-out single from Peroni. That puts Robbins at third. And with 2 outs, it'll be up to Haley Goldsby to try and bring Nikita Robbins home. That pitch misses. Ball 1 on Goldsby. Walked in the first inning and then grounded out in the second. As here's a high pop fly into left field. Getting under it for the grab is Spaeth, and that'll do it for the bottom of the fourth. Cougars, they leave a runner on third and first, and they still trail the Sabres 3-1 as we make our way to the 5th inning. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. Fifth inning time here in River Forest. And the Sabres back up to the dish. It'll be Kaylee Ludvigsen. Hit by a pitch and a line out so far today as she takes strike 1. The 0-1 hits Ludvigsen. Second time she's been hit today. She'll be grabbing some ice packs after the game. For now, she takes her place at first with Caitlin Montaner at the dish. Reached on an error from Becky Peroni in the first, and hit a single in the second. As that one, a high pop fly into left field. Nothing Gina Westfall can't handle as Ludvigsen has to make her way back to first. So fly out for Montaner. That brings up Karina Wood. A single and a walk so far today for the Marian first baseman. She gets set for her third battle against Schroll. Takes ball one high. One 0. That one low for 2-0. That one upstairs, 3-0 count now. Some work in the Cougars bullpen as Schroll now finds herself at 61 pitches on the afternoon. And the 3-0 misses ball 4. And now we're going to have a meeting in the circle. Coach O'Malley Fisher comes out as well. 2 runners on with 1 out. As Wood draws her second walk of the day. That'll lead us to Andrea Miller, a fielder's choice and a strikeout so far today. Andrea Miller comes to the play with a good opportunity here. Runners at first and second, 1 out. As the first pitch swung on, fouled back. So 0-1 after the first pitch fouled off. Miller takes ball 1 there. And she fouls that one back. So 1-2 count now on Miller, working with 2 runners on. The pitcher, Depa, on deck. So 1-2, and this one goes foul. Westfall made pursuit. I think that one was out of play, though. So 1-2 here. Miller still battling against Schroll. As Schroll rolls that one in the dirt. Shows a little frustration after she lost control of that one. 2-2 the count now on Miller. And that one grounded foul. So Miller still alive. Nice at bat here by the first baseman. Found the 1-2 hole quickly, and since then she's been able to stay alive. As now the 2-2 from Schroll fouled off again. It was a hard hit foul ball. Miller's making Schroll work here. Schroll checks the band, gets set now, and throws. That one's outside, full count. Miller stays alive a little longer. As the full count popped up, this one going foul. So Miller stays alive at least one more pitch. An impressive at-bat here from the third baseman. Schroll checks her band one more time. The pitch. In there for strike three. Schroll wins the battle of attrition between her and Miller. And now hoping for a shorter at-bat here against the opposite pitcher, Emily Deepa. Deepa 0 for 2, a ground out, and then reached on an error. As she takes a swing and miss on that one. And that one fouled off. Oh and 2 now on Deepa, trying to keep the inning alive. At least advance these base runners up 1. As now the 0-2 from Schroll misses up high, 1 and 2. Marian giving Schroll her workout here in the 5th inning as she fires ball 2. Now the 2-2 outside, 3 and 2 the count. Now this one goes foul, lands on top of the Marian dugout. So full count here again. The pitch, and this goes into center field, and able to track it all the way is Haley Goldsby. So the Cougars get the final out of the inning, keep the score at 3-1. We are going to head to the bottom of the 5th here on the Cougar Sports Network. Bella Archuleta to lead off the bottom of the fifth for CUC. So far today, Archuleta 1 for 2, hit into a fielder's choice and a single. She looks to start off the inning by giving the Cougars a leadoff runner. As that pitch is upstairs, ball one. One oh. This one makes contact to the second baseman, Ludvigsen, who gets it to Wood in time for the out.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 33, Haley Howard.
Haley Howard up at the plate now. Howard on the day. And struck out and into a sacrifice to advance the base runner Archuleta. And now she's working with bases empty, one strike. Cougars need a pair of runs here, down by 2. That pitch is upstairs for ball one. The 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now is Howard is in trouble of her second strikeout on the day. She struck out 13 times on the season. That's third on this Cougars roster as she stays alive after that ball. The 2-2 lined foul right over the Marian dugout, so the count will remain even. As the 2-2 upstairs, ball 3. Howard able to work herself into a full count now. As she pops this one up, going foul and making the grab right before the netting is Miller. So Howard flies out to third. And with 2 outs, it'll be up to Arissa Santos to prolong the inning. Santos, an RBI single in the first, and then flew out to Miller in the third. She looks at strike 1. The 0-1 fouled off. 0-2 now as Cougars down to their last strike in the inning. Depot looking for her third strikeout of the day. She delivers in there for strike 3. She gets it. Santos goes down looking to end the 5th. And so we'll head to the 6th inning. Sabres 3, Cougars 1 here in River Forest. Pinch hitter to lead off here in the top of the 6th. It's Olivia Ernst, the sophomore out of Petersburg, Illinois. Ernst on the year, a 182 hitter in just 15 games played, as she absolutely smacks the first pitch foul. Ernst batting for Ariana Schlipp. Ernst is listed as a catcher, which is where Schlipp started today, so we'll have to see who comes in defensively to start the bottom of the 6th. But for now, Ernst finds herself in the batter's box. As the next pitch from Schroll in there for strike 2. Now the 0-2 upstairs, ball 1. That pitch misses 2-2. As the 2-2 grounded, Prony comes over, makes the grab, throws the first in time. Ernst grounds out in her pinch hit. As now it's Julia Corona, 2 singles so far today. Also scored a run. That was back in the 2nd inning off Morgan Mack's home run. So she'll try to reach safely for the 3rd time today. As that pitch is right down the line for strike 1. Now the 0-1 from Schroll. This is a line drive into right field just past a diving Santos. So for the 3rd time today, Corona reaches on a single. And that's going to be Morgan Mack now. Mack hit the 2-run homer in the 2nd and then went in the opposite end of the spectrum with a double play in the 4th. As she pops this one up, it hits the netting. And there's a 2nd straight foul off for Mack. That one makes it across Division Street. 0-2 the count now. 1 out. Runner on first. It's the pitch. And there's a drive into center field, and it's off the wall. And it'll stay a single as that ball came bouncing off the wall. Goldsby right behind it. Likely would have been able to make a play if either of the runners tried to go. So back-to-back singles, and now it is the leadoff hitter and Hope Mata. As we might have a pinch runner, we do. Morgan Mack comes off the base pass, and coming in is number 11, Abigail Schreiber. Abigail Schreiber checks in for Mac on the base pass. As the first pitch to Mata is a strike. Mata has not had any luck in the batter's box today. 0 for 3 with a pair of groundouts and then a flyout. As the slap hitter gets set. Gets a piece of it, goes foul, so the runners will have to make their way back. 0-2 the count now. Now the 0-2 popped up, and it goes foul. Stroll checks her band. 0-2 to Mata. This one is softly hit. Archuleta, the throw to first. In time. Nice throw there by Archuleta to catch the speedy Mata. And now with 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, it is Kaylee Ludvigsen. Ludvigsen has been hit twice today by Schroll and then lined out in the second inning in between those hit by pitches. As she now hopes to drive in a couple runs with Corona, and she gets hit again. Third time today, Ludvigsen has been beamed by Schroll. That one caught her in the leg. She's been hitting the leg, up in the hands, and the back. So she's on 3 ice packs so far needed. And now the first pitch to Martinaire. Misses for a ball. Now the 1-0 popped up. Nope, Archuleta calls it for the out. And that'll take care of the loaded bases. Cougars come out of it, not allowing a run. We'll head to the back end of the 6th inning. 3-1, Sabres lead here in River Forest. Bottom of the 6th, Cougars have 2 more innings to try and tie this one up, trailing the Sabres 3-1. Jessica Gang at the plate. Try to do some good work for the Cougars, get them back in this one. 0 for 2 though, a fly out and a line out as she takes ball 1 there. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning, the bottom of the 5th, as Depa able to get a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. As they count now even against Gang 1-1. So now the 1-1 to Schroll, misses for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch from Depa, down low and in, 2-2, 3-1, excuse me. Now the 3-1, this one's driven out into the left field corner. That had stayed fair, might have made it out of the park. Instead it drifts all the way foul. And now the count even, the count full at 3-2. As the 3-2 swung on and fouled off, Gang will stay alive. Just barely getting a tip of that one. The wind kicking up some dust here. Now the 3-2, this one driven into left field. It's got a chance off the wall. Jessica Gang just a foot or two away from a home run. Instead, it's an off-the-wall double, and she ends up at second. And now we'll have a pinch hitter for the Cougars, number 26, the pitcher, Ashley Schroll. Up to bat for Melissa Hodzik, the designated player. Schroll, 28 games played on the season. Most of those have been pitching performances, as she's only got 22 at-bats, 5 hits for a .227 batting average. Has driven in 1 run, and she'll have a chance at an RBI here with Gang at second. So the first pitch to Schroll, she takes for strike 1. Schroll looking to help herself out a little. As the 0-1, she swings at, it's a grounder. Montaner scoops it up, throws to first just in time. Schroll grounds out to short. And so with 1 out now, Gina Westfall at the plate. Gang still at second. Westfall 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. She swings at that first pitch. It goes foul. Now the 0-1 from Depa, another foul ball. So Westfall going to avoid striking out. It would be strikeout number 4 on the day for Depa as she gets the signs from her dugout. Now the 0-2, up and away, 1-2 the count now. And Westfall goes down to hit that one. It's to Miller, who gets it across the diamond in a hurry for out number 2. And now with 2 outs, a runner still at second. It is Nikita Robbins. Robbins has flown out today as well as hit into a fielder's choice. As Robbins pops up the first pitch, Miller makes the grab right in front of her own dugout. That'll end the inning. The Cougars, they strand the leadoff double from Jessica Gang as we head to the final frame here in River Forest. Cougars still trailing Marian 3-1. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. Final frame of softball here in River Forest for game one, barring any extra inning action. I want to say thanks to everyone making this Cougar Sports Network production possible. Ryan McGee and Emily Balaban working production under the direction of Sydney Ploskis-Laher and our athletic communications director, Kayla McLeod. As Schroll takes a time out here to adjust her armband. Now she's back in it, ready to face off against Karina Wood. Wood a single and 2 walks as she takes strike 1 there. Schroll gets set now. The 0-1 inside 1-1. Now the 1-1 swung on and missed. 1-2 the count now. Andrea Miller, Emily Deepa also guaranteed to bat this inning. Now the 1-2 from Schroll. A little high, 2-2 the count now. So 2-2 count as Schroll delivers to Wood. This one drilled into right field. That's against the wall. Robbins has to come in to play it, and Wood's going to get a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Miller, hit to a fielder's choice in the first inning. And then has struck out twice since then. As she shows bunt, she lays it down and it goes foul. And now the 0-1 from Schroll, showing bunt again, and they're going to say she went for it as it was now 0-2. So 0-2. Chance at a strikeout here for Schroll as she checks the band. Misses there. Miller trying to avoid her third strikeout on the day. Schroll going for K number 4. As the 1-2 upstairs, 2-2 now. So count evened up at 2-2. The pitch from Schroll in there for strike 3. Miller goes down looking once again. And now with 1 out, it's Emily Deepa, the pitcher, trying to give herself some insurance runs here. Runner on second base. Deepa on the year, 22 RBIs. She's trying to give herself a bigger cushion here. 0-1 now after that foul ball. Now the 0-1. This is hit. Santos gloves it, throws the first in time for out number 2. So a leadoff double from Wood, who now stands on third, and then 2 straight outs. And that brings us, and it will be another pinch hitter in that 7th spot. Number 22, Emily Ann Potaki. Potaki on the year, a .333 hitter, 12 games played, only 1 start for the freshman out of Lockport, Illinois. She takes strike 1 from the Cougars starter. Still going here in the 7th inning. Has allowed just 2 earned runs. The first run of the day to Marian was unearned. Both those 2 runs came off the Morgan Mack home run, as this one is popped up. Schroll gloves it running back. And that'll do it for the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's do or die time for the Cougars. Top of the lineup due up. See if they can pull it off here on the Cougar Sports Network when we're back from this break. Top of the order for the Cougars, Becky Peroni, Haley Goldsby, and Bella Archuleta due up. And it'll start with Peroni, a pair of singles on the day, as well as a walk and a run. As she goes to work on Deepa, going for complete game number 8, shutout number 2, complete game number 9. Shutout number 2, as her first pitch of the bottom of the 7th is a ball. And a swing and a miss there from Peroni. As that is driven into left field, but lined out to Spaeth. So with one out, it will be Haley Goldsby. A walk, a ground out, and a fly out so far today. Goldsby trying to reach safely for the first time since the first inning, and her at-bat starts with a strike. Emily Deepa 2 outs away from another complete game on the season as she shows bunt. She lays it down. Goldsby's got to take off for first, and there'll be no play as Miller's not able to get a handle on it.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 1, Bella Archuleta.
Infield single for Haley Goldsby off the bunt. So the runner on, it's Bella Archuleta. Fielder's choice, a single and a ground out so far today. As this one is popped up into left, shallow left center, and Mata coming all the way in to make the grab, covering some distance while doing it. So the Cougars down to their final out, and it'll be Haley Howard, a strikeout, a sac hit, and a fly out so far today. As that pitch is in the dirt, Goldsby staying at first. One 0 on Haley Howard. That pitch is upstairs. Schleep, who's back behind the dish after an inning off, comes up to make the grab. The 2-0, that's in the dirt as well. Schleep keeps it in front of her, so Goldsby cannot go anywhere. 3-0 count now on Haley Howard. Rissa Santos on deck. The 3-0 finds its way for the first strike of the at-bat, so Howard ain't going anywhere just yet. Now the 3-1, and this one lined past a diving Miller, a 2-out single for Haley Howard. And that'll bring up Arissa Santos. Try and keep the inning alive. We are going to have a pinch runner, it looks like. Looks like it will be Alyssa Contopoulos celebrating her birthday today. Let's see what she can do on the base pass here, as she now takes over for Howard at first. And now it'll be Arissa Santos at the plate.
Number 15, Arissa Santos.
With 2 runners on, 2 outs as well. As she goes to work on Deepa, a single, a flyout, and a strikeout is time now given to Santos. Jess Gang on deck if it gets there. Gang hit a double in her last at bat. But Santos has to reach safely for that to happen as the first pitch upstairs for ball one. That pitch clips the zone, 1-1. Is Deepa making sure she gets the signs right here. And this one is driven into left field. Goldsby's going to come home to try and score. She does as there's no throw to home. RBI single, Arissa Santos, her second of the game. And the Cougars are not done just yet. As it's Jessica Gang at the plate. A flyout, a lineout, and a double. As now the Marian infield comes in, we're going to have a new pitcher. And it'll be number 13. Morgan Mack, who hit the 2-run homer. Her run scored in that home run is the current winning run. On the circle this year, we already know what she can do in the batter's box in the circle. A 5.12 ERA across 17 appearances, just over 27 innings pitched. So Mack takes the circle. Just needs one out to close out the Cougars here in game one, and it's up to Jessica Gang to try and reach safely and at least keep the inning alive. A good enough hit can tie the game and possibly even walk it off, but at this point, Gang's just got to reach safely, keep the runners moving. As that one is in for a strike. 1-1 the count now. Ashley Schroll on deck. She's 0 for 1 today after pinch hitting for Melissa Hadzik in the 6th. 1-1. That one lined foul. Cougars down to their final out here. As Mack receives the signs from her dugout. Needs a strike here to end the game. The pitch. This one grounded to Miller. Bounces off her glove. And it'll be a 2-out single for Jessica Gang. And now Ashley Schroll up to bat. Her second plate appearance of the day. 0 for 1. She just needs to reach base to tie up the game here. As the first pitch she swings at, it's to the second baseman, and that's it. Marian escapes with the win, escapes the 7th inning rally from the Cougars, and take game one by the skin of their teeth, 3-2. An important win in the NAC standings as they put some distance between themselves and the Cougars, who are right behind them in the standings. So we're going to have a bit of a break here in River Forest as the two teams catch their breaths. And we'll be back in just a bit for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Don't go anywhere. Marian takes Game 1 3-2. We'll be back in just a bit for more Cougar softball here on the Cougar Sports Network.